Hello, Rion. The other day, while trying to give my girlfriend a fake spoiler like the guy from Squid Game dies at the end, I accidentally said, in Squeezin' 2. So Season 2 of Squid Game just dropped. And frankly, I haven't seen much about it. I remember when Season 1 came out, there was so much buzz online about it, but this time around I just saw it mentioned that it came out. So how was it? Since it didn't get that much buzz, it must not have been good, right? Although Joker 2 was super bad and that was talked about a lot. So was Squid Game 2 mid? Which is fine, by the way. I've been on the record multiple times now saying there was a lot of media around 2019 that was about class struggles as their main themes. And so far, in my opinion, with Joker 2 and Arcane Season 2, we're not really looking so good. So how does Squid Game 2 hold up? It was actually really good. I was pleasantly surprised. We followed the same character. I'm sorry, I can't remember their names, and the names I can remember I can't pronounce. We see him right after Season 1 when he doesn't get on the airplane. Man has debt, wants to be with his daughter, and then throws that all away. I don't know. I guess you just have to be a parent to understand that sort of behavior. There's a 2-year time skip. He's searching for the guy in the suit and trying to put an end to the games, whatever that means. Because once he's in there, his main plan is to just have a vote out of the place. I got to say, when it comes to the episodes, I think the first and the last one were the best. The second episode was really good too. And then it sort of falls off a bit. It isn't bad by any means, but it just sort of lingers in the middle part where we're waiting for it to move along. I have to say, the scenes with the man in the suit and the games he played were genuinely tense, and I did not expect the first 2, maybe 3 actually, episodes to end the way they did. Once Sung Hyo gets in the games, see, there's my pronunciation, now stop bullying me. We get introduced to the other characters, and my god were they insufferable. We have an obvious Instagram-loving basic bitch, a goddamn SoundCloud junkie rapper, and a +1 follower, crypto bros and absolute pigs, and a voodoo shaman who speaks like they know everything, the stupid idiot. Those are mostly our antagonists, and our actual friendlies were mostly good. We have a friend from the outside and a +1 follower, a man and his old mom, a sad girl, and then a sad pregnant girl, and a trans girl. Those 2 sad girls I often mixed up and I couldn't tell which was which. They just sort of moped around looking sad with their head down and bangs in front of their eyes. I did see this discussion about a wimpy character and I don't really agree that much. I think that rapper is so much more annoying. I mean, he literally goes scree at one point. Season 2 obviously has a much more wider scope and spectrum of subject matters it covers, having more modern topics, modern being 2023. So it has basic internet bitches, crypto bros, a SoundCloud rapper, and a trans person. I didn't have any problem with the character. I just feel like people would want it to be mentioned. I just wish it could be fine, normal, and regular for people to just be how they are. It certainly wasn't.
So, I'm non-binary.
And I think they handled the topic well. I can't speak personally, it isn't my business, but that's just how it seemed to me. The old mom had some interactions with her. You would expect her to be a lot more backwards minded and have worse interactions, but she was fine with her. Learning, somewhat you could say. The old mom was very concerned and motherly with the pregnant girl, and you could see the trans woman looking at them longingly, I guess to say. Obviously meaning something like I wish I could be a mom too, which there could be a lot to say there, but I'm not going to touch that. What I am going to touch though is maybe the show spreading itself too thin. The first season's last episode kind of ended weakly, if you ask me, with them trying to give an explanation or justification to the games. My point is, the wrap-up this season isn't done so great. Even if it is on a cliffhanger, this season is more of a cliffhanger than the first. There were a lot of loose threads and unfinished plot lines, such as that longing look. We follow an actual squid? Do we call them that? Such as our Squid character, such as our MC's friend from the outside being in the Marines, and the +1 friend also being in the Marines too, yet him acting like that at the end. Was that just commentary about the horrors of war and how the military doesn't prepare you for it? Was he lying? Because people laugh in his face when he said it? Stolen valor is quite the scummy thing to do, and there are plenty of scumbags in Squid Game. Was it something more specific about the South Korean military? Also, our trans character was in the military too, and is the most competent combatant out of all of them. What did the author mean by this? I used the word MC a moment ago, and very deliberately. It's a word commonly used in anime circles, and that's something else I want to mention too. While season 1 was mostly just good was a good show in general, with slight anime tendencies, season 2 is a lot more anime than the first, with a whole lot of not telling people information that would be useful to them, gasps and pauses, unnatural quirky dialogue, and big moments that are supposed to leave everyone stunned, and very, very cliche friends to foes plot. The games, I must say, this season really subverted and put a spin on things well. The first game is entirely the same except MC is trying to protect people, complete with a nice remix twist to Fly Me to the Moon. Expecting that, we and the characters are led to believe the second game would be the same too, and you think to yourself, well, this will be boring with all the same stuff. But then we get this 5-part minigame, which I think everyone would say is the best game of the season. Everybody is in this life and death scenario with a time limit and tough games with little room for failure, and everybody's actually genuinely cheering each other on, and you're there too, feeling happy for them. It's almost wholesome how much everybody is supporting each other. And then the time runs out, and everyone is reminded of the situation they're in as they get mowed down by guns. It's also paced very well too, with half of the episode being out of the game and character interactions, and the other half being half of the game and the other half is in the next episode. Before ending, I want to mention some things real quick. As usual, before watching Season 2, I rewatched Season 1 again, and it really had some Slumdog Millionaire vibes to it with how coincidental it was that everyone somehow had some piece of knowledge to make it through the games. Also, these characters were goated. This game was brutal, it made me cry, as well as this girl's death made me cry too. I like the new Netflix-style opening credits, even though you can see the squids walking super poorly. It shows how cheap this quick intro was made. I like how the season isn't just I'm even gonna say squeezing right here, man. I like how this season isn't just Squid Game with Season 2 tacked on it at the bottom, but instead it's incorporated into the cool logo transformation. And also while writing this, I came across this stuff about Thanos. Please don't send hate towards the actors of characters you hate. It's not fair to them, and Thanos' actor is actually genuinely talented. And Season 3 got confirmed, and I think the poster looks really cool. So that's what I think about Squid Game 2. And with that, I'll give Squid Game an 8 out of 10, and Squid Game 2 a 7 out of 10. Just like Across the Spider-Verse, it's not a complete story yet, and things are yet to be seen, so there's a letterbox, there's a tier list. Follow me on Twitter, like and subscribe if you want, and thank you guys for watching. Goodbye, everyone.